Admiral Michael Mullen, the President's nominee to be Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and General James Cartwright, the nominee to be Vice Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
I believe the surge is giving our operational commanders the forces they needed to execute more effective tactics and improve security. That is happening. Security is better. Not great, but better. I believe security is critical to providing the government of Iraq the breathing space it needs to work toward political national reconciliation and economic growth, which are themselves critical to a stable Iraq. Barring that, no amount of troops in no amount of time will make much of a difference.
There's been very little or no progress in terms of political settlements.
Yes, sir, I agree. There does not appear to be much political progress. In a moment, I will share some thoughts about that conflict.
And I listened carefully to your response about the cauldron in Iraq. I believe, quite frankly, we're in a cauldron at the present time. I'm not sure that the continued presence of American troops is useful and helpful in dampening down the kinds of intensity of the violence that we're seeing over there at this period of time.
Try 30 seconds.
Okay. There is strain. We are stretched. Though recruiting and retention figures in general remain good and morale is still high, I do not take for granted the service of our people or their families, and I worry about the toll this pace of operations is taking on them, our equipment, and on our ability to respond to other crises and contingencies.
A lot of people who wanted to move us into Iraq were openly saying that we should be on the ground in Iraq for the next 50 years. I would assume you don't agree with that.
Certainly haven't put any kind of timetable like that. I do think we will be there for years, not months, but I don't see it as a permanent, on a permanent base at this point.
I look forward to both of you being elevated to a different position.
I'm especially concerned about the increasingly hostile role played by Iran. I support diplomatic efforts to counter Iran's destabilizing behavior and hope their leaders will choose to act responsibly. But I find their support for terrorism and their nuclear ambitions deeply troubling. Thank you, Chairman.